Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. This is Altcoin Era and this is your boy Ahmed, and today we're going to look into the crypto markets. So without further ado, let's begin. At the moment the markets are ranging. BTC has had a slow bleed and we're just literally ranging. It's frustrating, I get it, I understand, and this is a period where it's boring. But the time where it's boring is the time where you have to be the most active. You have to start DCAing, start buying, start allocating into different categories. Some people believe that we've topped. We have not topped at all. Don't let the bears convince you. Don't let them scare you from your positions. Matter of fact, you should be doubling down in this period. This is a moment where you add to your positions or you relocate into different categories. There are some categories that are outperforming the other sectors in the market. Reallocate and join into different categories. This is not a moment where we should be fearful. This is definitely indeed not a moment to be scared. Just add to your positions. BTC Bitcoin slumps under 64,000 amid historic negative sentiment. Lane price action has apparently caused crowd sentiment to be negative in the negative territory for the past 4 straight weeks, a sign that they may spell a relief rally for the bulls in the near-term future. Bitcoin's slow bleed lower over the past weeks has sped up Friday. The price dipped more than 3% in the last 24 hours to slide to about a 5-week low of $63,700, now lower by 9% over the past month. Contrarian bulls, however, might take comfort as indicators tracked by analyst firm sentiment show that the crowd sentiment for BTC is now in its 4-week of extreme negative readings. The macro and the global sentiment at the moment in BTC is at extreme fear. So what do we do when we find times like this? We buy the dip. Whenever there's extreme fear, we buy the fear and we sell the greed. As simple as that. I know it's harder to do. I know that. I get it. But this is the objective and this is the narrative. When people are fearful, you buy. When people are greedy, you sell. Now I get it. I understand. People think that we've topped. People think that there's a recession in the horizon. People think we can't go any higher. People think we've gone to an extreme in the markets, and they think that we're about to drop further and further. They think they're going to lose their jobs. They think the worst. They think yada, 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 yada. And the list keeps going on and on and on. But to be fair, this is not a time to be fearful. This is not a time to be squeamish. This is a time that we buy the dip aggressively. We keep buying the dip. We double down. We show our conviction. Let's see if the bulls have any conviction. The worst case scenario is going to be stagflation. We're going to get lower growth with higher inflation. That's the worst case scenario that I can see the economy get into. At the moment, the governments around the world, they want debasement. They don't want a recession because a recession is going to be very, very bad for them. In normal macro environments, recessions are healthy. Recessions are healthy. The system at the moment is in such a highly indebted system that they can't afford a recession. They can't afford a healthy recession. Remember, recessions are good. They are intrinsically good. But in this day and age, we have so much debt with individuals with high amount of debts, with companies with huge amount of debts, countries with huge amount of debts. A recession will make it unfeasible for all of these parties to be able to pay back their loans. Therefore, the only likely possibility of getting out of a recession or getting out of this situation is to debase your currency. Debasement's the key. Now, the thing with debasement is this. Now, the thing with debasement is this. It's a double-edged sword. Your assets will go up in value, yet your salaries or your wages will not. So technically, the economy is going to be an asset-based system, which is not a good thing. But I'll talk about that another time. Let's continue and get back to it. Bitcoin ETFs post 900 million in net outflows this week alone. Thursday marked the 5th straight day of net outflows for the US listed ETFs in their worst performance since April. Grayscale, GBT, and Fidelity, FBTC, led the outflows, while BlackRock was the only ETF to record net inflows. The daily total net inflow was $139 million US dollars. The total net inflow was 14.67 billion, and the total value traded was 1.16 billion. As you can see here, Grayscale was the largest seller, followed by Fidelity. But there is a glimmer of hope, and that is traders are making calls on the derivative markets. Demand for BTC calls at 100K suggests traders are preparing for a renewed rally in 2025. Options markets show bias for calls even as BTC prices continue to drop. So what does that show? There is a sentiment, there is a crowd which believes BTC will get to 100K. And I hope you believe that we will get to 100K. Now, bear in mind, 100K is a big milestone. But due to this debasement system around the world, 100K is nothing. They're going to continue printing, and BTC is going to go higher and higher and higher. Crypto options traders are strategically placing bets that diverge from the ongoing downtrend in BTC price. And the reason why some traders believe this is because of global liquidity. If you look at the global liquidity index chart, the long-term cycle is heading higher. BTC closely follows the liquidity cycle. And right now, global central banks are printing money. They're increasing liquidity into the markets. And the first people to feel the effects are the stock market and BTC, and also crypto. The peak isn't here, and I believe the peak is going to happen in Q4 of 2025. Part of the selling pressure. So BTC is having a massive outflow event. In the past week, 900 million outflows. But not only that, there is some sell pressure, and it's happening in Germany. The German government confiscated some funds. The German government confiscated funds from a company called Movie 2K. They confiscated these funds, and they have 3 billion worth of BTC. They're currently selling this BTC. They've sent funds to Coinbase, and they've also sent funds to Kraken. As you can see here, Arkham have tracked their wallet, and they're holding roughly 3 billion and 48 million worth of BTC. And they have transferred it to multiple different wallets. As you can see, Coinbase, Kraken, Bitstamp. This is where the sell pressure is coming from. And they've also sold it in the past hour. You can go ahead and track their wallet. Jupiter, ticker symbol JUP, reduces supply by 30%. And the team will be staking 100% of their first year cliff for 2 more years. This is very, very bullish news for Jupiter. Jupiter is currently at 73 cents and it's down 3.52%. From wick to wick, it's gone down 63%. I still think there's still more room to go, and I'll probably buy it at this level at 52 cents. That's my best price that I'm going to buy it at. I've placed limit orders at 52 cents. Hopefully, it will trigger my limit orders. That's the price I'm willing to pay for Jupiter. It has to drop a further from here to there, 30%. Hopefully I can catch some Jupiter at 52 cents. Ultimately, I think it's a really good project. Normally I don't buy coins which have just recently come out. So it's only been out for 6 months. Next, we have Mother. Mother partners with Wintermute. The thing with meme coins is that we had WIF, then we had Book of Memes, Mother, and now Daddy. These coins are showing diminishing returns. Remember when WIF came out? That went astronomical. Then Book of Memes came out. For the moment, I think meme coins have peaked. And I'll tell you why. This chart shows you that we have seen an initial high. We had a parabolic high. We made a new bottom, and then we ballooned all the way to this area. And now we're slowly doing a slow grind lower, a slow bleed. Some major news from yesterday and today. Kraken was exploited for $3 million by an undisclosed security researcher who reported the bug. Now, this is crazy because we definitely need some sort of guarantor in the space. If I put $500,000 in a bank and it goes missing, I'm always going to get paid back that money. Now, crypto, I think slowly is going to get to that stage. Some major news from yesterday and today. Binance announced the launch of HODLer airdrops, a program to reward BNB holders with early access to tokens. So congratulations to BNB holders. I did tell you, BNB is going to really outperform. It's already outperforming majority of coins. Even in this downturn, BNB has gone down 20%. But bear in mind, we made an all-time new high. Look at other coins, for example. ARB, from the all-time high to here, it went down 68%. But let's not pick on ARB. Let's look at Optimism. Optimism went down 65%. Let's look at NEAR. NEAR went down from here to here. It went down 48%. Let's look at Solana, a close competitor, and let's see where it went. From here, from wick to wick, we went down 44%. Number 7, Egan Layer Phase 2 claims now open. 113 million Egan is now distributed to the community. Number 8, we have Blast. Blast to airdrop next week in June the 25th. Number 9, we have, of course, Australia has its first ever Bitcoin ETF. Congratulations. That is going to be great news for BTC. Every country around the world will have an ETF. An honorable mention, I really like this tweet. It goes as the following. Something that separates the winners is being able to put in the work when it's boring. It's learning new skills and researching when the market is dead, working when there's zero dopamine. The guys who only do crypto when it's exciting tend to become exit liquidity. BTC price targets currently at $63,683. We're down at the moment 1.79%. We've made an M pattern. Yeah, we've made an M pattern and we've made a double top, which is a very bad signal. It means that we've peaked so far. We've ranged for a long time now. From here to here, we've ranged. From here to there, we've ranged 118 days. If I scroll back to the 2021 period, the last time we done that, from here to here, we ranged 100 days and then we came back down. From here to here, October 2021, we also ranged 35 days. So this is the longest period that we've ranged. This right here is the longest period that we stayed in this range. My next target is at $61,427. Then ultimately, I think the last area of support is at $56,000 US, $56,606. The fear in this area is going to be max pain, max fear. And this is the area wherein generally it is very ideal to buy. This area will tend to be the best area to buy. Just to help you out so you don't get totally fearful and totally, get scared, just uninvert the chart. Once you uninvert the chart, just look at the chart upside down. And to be fair, just buy at these ranges. So once it goes here, just carry on buying. This will ease your heart a little bit, make it psychologically bearable to buy at these levels. It goes with any other chart. For example, look at mint layer. Mint layer is uninverted. Psychologically, it's easier to bear and easier to buy at these positions. Ethereum Price targets currently at $3,484.48. We're down 0.82%. At the moment, we're consolidating just underneath resistance. This is not a good sign. We need to hold above this area, form it as support, and then head higher. If we close underneath resistance, we're heading to this area at $3,286. ADA price targets currently at 37 cents, and we're down 1.93%. We have managed to break this support line at 40 cents and headed lower. We're currently at 37, this area of support. We need to hold this area, and likewise, as I said before, if it doesn't hold this area, we're going to head all the way back down to 30 cents. But bear in mind, the RSI is heavily oversold, so we should see a bounce or a consolidation around this area. Solana is currently about to test this support area. We've hit this support area multiple times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A few times we've hit this support line, and we're going to hit it again. If it doesn't hold above this support line, then of course we're heading to my next support at $120 and then $110. Solana is a very good coin, but the thing with reflexivity is this: it goes up really fast and goes down really fast. So you're going to see a lot of volatility with Solana. But bear in mind, a lot of retailers and retail is in this space. The most activity in Solana is meme coins. Majority of meme coins is happening in Solana, and not only in Solana, it's happening in Radium. Radium has 92% of meme coins, 92, while 8% is non-meme coin protocols. AVAX currently at $27.13. We're down 1.63%, and we made a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. AVAX is heading back up to this area and is retesting this resistance. If it goes back to the scene of the crime and confirms it as resistance, then we're heading back down to $22.60. We're going to see if this head and shoulders plays out. Head and shoulders technically play out maybe 60% of the time. They play out, but this is a massive head and shoulders. So we're going to see if this does play out, then AVAX will probably head down how much? By 80%, which I doubt. It's a massive large cap. So the probability of this head and shoulders happening is, I'm not 100% sure with this, but I do think it might head to $22.45. After that, we're going to see if it breaks this trend line. If it breaks this trend line, then of course I'm going to have more conviction that we're heading to $13.38. XRP currently at 48 cents, and we're down 1.40%. We've managed to go all the way back to this trend line, confirm it as resistance, and now we're heading down. This is not a good sign. So most likely we're heading back to this area, and we're heading back to 35 cents. We're going to be in a mini bear market for XRP. It's going to be a long consolidation for XRP. But bear in mind, the SEC has stopped suing Ethereum. So we're waiting for XRP. I think the SEC is going to do exactly the same thing that they've done to Ethereum. They're going to end their investigation. Polkadot price targets currently at $5.57, and we're down 1.15%. We've gone back to the range lows, the bear market area and range, and we've gone down there. We're going to consolidate for much longer, and I think this is going to happen right here, something like this. I think we're going to do something like this. There's going to be a scare, go back up, and then that's it. Link price targets currently at $14, and we're down 1.54%. We're doing relatively well compared to the majority of the markets. We've gone down from the previous high. We've gone down 40%. So it's relatively doing better than majority of the coins, but we didn't really. We had a long consolidation period which lasted for 544 days. Now we have another consolidation period which also lasted for 235 days. I think Link is very, very good and it's needed in the space. It's a blue chip. It's a fantastic product, fantastic protocol, and it's definitely here to stay. I believe Chainlink is definitely going to have an ETF. For the downside, we have to hold $12.80. If we don't hold it, we're going to head back to this range area, and we're probably going to go to ultimately at $8.88. TON currently at $7.06. We formed a rising wedge, and now we're going back to the scene of the crime. We hit this area and we confirmed it as resistance. We're going to head back down most likely to this area at $6.63. If that doesn't hold, we're heading to $6.41. I believe TON has peaked for the moment and we're heading down lower. Look how parabolic TON has gone. Like, it's impressive how far it's come. It consolidated for some while and then we had a massive breakout from here to here, and it went up 158%. We formed a rising wedge. I had a question from one of the subscribers and they wanted to know about Tau. I'm going to give you I think he bought around here, around this area. This is called the yellow brick road. This right here is called the yellow brick road. And I'm going to explain why this is called the yellow brick road. This trend line is also the yellow brick road. Let me change this to the yellow color, to a yellow color. Here we go. And let me just make this here. Dorothy went along the yellow brick road. So he followed it, and he hit this trend line multiple times. Then finally it broke out. Then it made another trend line. It hit this trend line multiple times. Then it broke out. And again, we have another trend line from here to here. This one, it didn't really respect the trend line as much, but in theory it gets to this trend line, hits it multiple times, and then breaks out. Then it broke out, and then we formed another trend line from here to here. There's another trend line, and it's the yellow brick road. It's hit this trend line multiple times, and then finally breaks out. Likewise, same thing here. It's hit this trend line multiple times, as you can see. So it could do something like this. We could go back to this area, hit this area, form it as resistance, head back down, and carry on doing the same thing until finally it breaks this resistance line. Once it breaks this resistance line, I will buy with a confirmation. Now look at this. This was a fake out. There's multiple fake outs. Look at that. Fake out, fake out, fake out, fake out, fake out. So I would patiently wait, and once it breaks out, buy. I'm gonna go enjoy the weather. Have you seen the weather? I'm gonna go enjoy the weather. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day. I hope you have a fantastic day, beautiful day. I hope you're all good. Love you all, and make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification button, and wherever you are, good morning, good evening, good night. Peace.